Impact and chill, John and Aaron. Bro, we had a pretty brief conversation just now. But, dude, I got to be honest, man. The week was kind of crazy for me. I think you mentioned this too. Your week has been pretty challenging, right?
Mm.
So, for today, man, today I really want to talk about these highs and lows, right? And I think I really just want people to just engage in this podcast specifically. Drop all the comments in on YouTube, put them on Spotify, where you can find us anywhere now. But I'm really curious how we deal with these highs and lows for the week, right? Especially when you let me just start off here. I'm gonna go jump right in, dude. Right off the bat, I want to say this. When you have a plan, and my plan was signed, sealed, and delivered, and I was ready to go, and then that plan took a turn, and it's no longer happening the way that I wanted it to. I'm right now in this moment, I know I still want it,
Mm.
but I'm stuck. I'm stuck in a place where I'm having to pivot, right? Because I'm never going to say I can't do this, I can't do that, Aaron. But bro, that's how my week is. How's your week?
Yeah, my week's been challenging. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
Yeah,
And
I
John,
guess we got to get that out of the way.
I had to, I had to. And yeah, while we're recording this, it's Father's Day, Father's Day. Well, I guess yeah, Father's Day weekend in the States. So, brother, happy Father's Day to you, and happy Father's Day to everyone listening as well.
Thank
Man,
you,
there's a lot
brother.
of even just in that little intro, there's a lot to unpack. I really love it to the fact that you still see that you're in the game. And this is where it's like, you had something lined up, you knew it was going to pivot. Whatever it is that you were doing in life, it was going to help pivot, was going to help scale whatever it is that you're doing. And I really love that. And then when it doesn't go to plan, you still turned around and went, you know what? It's still there. There's still a plan. It's still going to happen. It's not going to happen when I want it to happen. And that's a really fucking hard reality to accept. But the only in the acceptance of it didn't happen now when I wanted it to, and that's that control thing, So got to
Oh
relinquish a
yeah,
little bit of control. So fuck.
yeah.
And God's plan, divine timing, all that stuff. You can look at it and go, okay, it didn't happen the timing and the way that I wanted to, but it's still going to happen, and your mindset is still there. So it's like, okay, well, what do you do in the interim? Do you still do what you're doing and expect a different result, or do you now know that, all right, with whatever I had planned, no longer going the way that I want to, do I slowly implement some of those things? And that's going to
Mhm.
help you stay motivated because you're doing new things and you're going to, progress. But the really interesting thing, and I love where the topic is gone. Yes, we both have had challenging weeks. I've had challenging weeks from a financial perspective. I've had this fucking allergy that I've been shaking, and the motivation's not there. The energy is not there. What do you do? How do you keep showing up when you have constant negativity around you, when you have no support from the people that you wished you had support from, when you
Mm.
constantly have people bagging you out like that tall poppy syndrome bullshit that happens here in Australia, when you've constantly got people shooting you down and all you want to do is level up. Like, how do you get past that? And this is where both of our programs focus on who you are. We go internal. You the lessons that we are trying to instill in our programs is when you start listening to yourself, how do you make your inner voice louder to drown out the noise around you? We go, that's for me a constant challenge still. How do you make that inner voice louder to drown out the noise and distraction around you that is literally distracting you from your path? Your voice is your path. How do you keep going? How do you keep going? And you've got some great strategies that you do with your guys. And the practices that we do. For me, it's that meditation. It's that find that element of silence so you can tune into that voice. Just find that. And if you can find that, then that will just help you motivate. and go, because then you don't give a fuck about what anyone else says, because you have your plan, you have your desires, you have a life you want to live. It's not anyone else's. And if you're anything that you're doing, if it is because someone else is doing it, you're going to fail. You're going to fail.
Mm, mm.
So the biggest message I can take with all of that, and the biggest thing I've had to really look at, is that with how I'm feeling on a motivational level, how I'm feeling with this allergy, energy, how I'm feeling with, no momentum in the business, and what, we all have bad weeks, every single one of us.
Yep.
And we still have financial commitments. So how do we continue to grow, and how do we continue to meet the financial commitments, drowning out the noise and tuning into yourself? Like, that's been my biggest thing this week. So and here's the realness about it all. And I'm going to be fucking real. Having conversations with a brother, having conversations with someone who doesn't necessarily have to be in the same space, but is your fucking let's go, you know, coach on the side. Let's go. You got no excuses. Come on. We can do this. When you have someone around you that is that silent motivator, inspirationalist, ass kicker, it's been a saver. I think just having that conversation before this podcast has been like, okay, it's waking me up a little bit. Okay. So I thank you, brother. I thank you.
Yeah, man, 100%, dude. And I think that's important to say too, Aaron, is that you could talk to the wrong people, especially when you're having that kind of week, man. You could, if you get the wrong person on the phone or in person and you start telling them your woes and your struggles for the week, you could have somebody that grabs you and takes you right down that rabbit hole with them,
Yep.
because now they're projecting all of their problems and
Yeah.
insecurities onto you. Plus, you're already teetering back and forth on how frustrating of a week you had. You can have somebody grab you and take you right down with them.
Yeah. Because all
So
we
you're
want,
right, brother. That attendance is important. The person that you're talking to has to be one that pulls you up and not pulls you down.
yeah. And this is an interesting one. I mean, we don't really necessarily want the answers from someone. We just want someone to listen. And then
There
all
you
of a
go.
sudden, when that's then an open invitation for them to, to uh, talk about their shit, how does it make you feel? I know for me that if I'm wanting to have a conversation with someone and all I hear is just their bullshit, but they haven't given any time to me, I'm just like, what the fuck's the point? And yeah,
I'm out. I'm
yeah,
out.
fuck me. And we're not going to go into like specifics of what we're talking about with where our problems are, because I guarantee it doesn't matter how much fucking money you're making, you will be faced with a problem. And
Yep.
and what we're not talking to the millionaires out there. Hey, if there's millionaires that are listening to this and they get something from it, fucking awesome. That value.
Great.
Like, thank you. We're talking to about like I'm definitely talking to the people that are wanting to rise. I'm talking to the people that are wanting to make something of their life and they just don't know where to start.
Right.
Um, the first thing I would say to you is to start with starting. Start whatever it is that you're whatever comes to your mind, whatever that thing is that is just like eating away at you that you need to do, but you haven't done it for whatever reason, whether it be for, you just don't have that support around you, or you just don't know where to start, or you just don't have that confidence, or you just don't have the motivation to get up and do it. Just start with something. Start with something that's going to make you feel good. And like at the end of the day, you're not going to get a win straight away.
No.
You may do. Fuck if you do. Awesome. You know, God's on your side. But I think the biggest thing is that just start with starting. And when you start with starting, my net business as a perfect example. When you start that, and especially being a man, you just listen to the haters. You just listen to the people around you.
Yep.
You listen to all these people that think, network marketing is a scam, network marketing, multi-level marketing is a pyramid scheme. You just listen to all these fucking people. At the end of the day, you know if this is a path that you're meant to be on.
Yep.
You're the only one. No one else knows. And all you need to do is keep tuning into that truth, keep tuning into what that voice that truth is telling you, because hey, network marketing may be your first gig, your entry, you're opening the door, but then it could lead into something else. And that's okay. You have to be okay by that. You have to be okay that literally like your first love, we tend to have three loves in our entire life. So your first love isn't going to be your one and only for a lot of people. So all I say is just open that door. Just trust in that forward momentum with whatever it is, because the another opportunity may come up that has, with you opening that door may lead you to another opportunity, which will give you all your dreams and everything that you're aspiring to be or become and have in life. So, yeah, I just say start. I just say start, and I just say that if you're having even any doubt, if you're having constantly people around you saying all this negative shit about why you shouldn't start, number one rule: don't tell everyone what your plans are.
Oh, there you go.
Don't tell
There
everyone.
you go.
So keep some of the mystery.
Do you
Hold some of the stuff to yourself.
you know why that is though, Aaron? I think it's important to at least just mention the reason why you don't tell somebody is because they don't see the vision,
Mm,
right? And I think that's what happens with a lot that don't support you. I talked about this today a little bit, and what it is that people don't see what you're doing, meaning they see you post, great, Aaron posted, John posted his push-ups or whatever, great, fantastic, awesome, but they don't see beyond that.
mm,
And you and I are seeing not only the first steps, so what you said, just starting, but we're looking up and we're going, that's where I want to be.
mm.
That's where I'm going. Right there. You're crystal clear on where you're going. So when you have this dream, when you have this goal in mind, it's so big that only you can see it. So when you go tell somebody, hey, this is how much money I want in my bank account. This is the house I want to live in. This is what's going to happen in my life. People are like, yeah, sure, Aaron. Okay. Or, oh, you mean to
Yeah,
tell me your little
yeah.
business is going to do that? Sure. But you know what that is? That's them portraying their insecurity onto you and going, no way, Aaron. You know that pyramid scheme is not going to pay you. You're crazy because they can't see it.
Mm,
So I think it's important, man, that we call that out. The other thing I'll say about since we're talking a little bit of strategy right out of the gate, is do the next thing. And I think you and I maybe have even talked about this on this pod before, but I know what helps me, man. This always and forever will help me is whenever I start getting stuck in spiraling thoughts, I get up and I do something. Um, Anything, man. And I'm talking like it just doesn't have to be anything with a business. It just has to be something that's going to help you get creative in your mind. For example, today, brother, I was outside doing yard work. Not my favorite thing to do, nor did I want to do that. It was really hot today, but I found myself thinking a lot, thinking and thinking and thinking. And I'm like, I think I need to just go and move. When I start moving, the creative juices will
yeah,
flow and I'll be good to go.
yeah.
Right. And now, as a result of it, I feel clear minded. I was able to just, and this is what you just talked about, Aaron. I didn't get a win. It wasn't a win for me, man, but it was a chance for me to take action in something. And that reinforced my brain to go, you know why you're doing this, right? You said you were going to do this, so go do it. So in in hindsight, maybe it was a little bit of a win because I was able to check my brain from going all these different directions that it wanted to go. I'll take that. But so many of us are so fixated on the result that needs to be attached to whatever we do. That's why I think we spiral sometimes, bro.
Yeah, what does a win actually mean? I mean, for a lot of people, especially when you're chasing the dollar, a win to a lot of people is that money in the bank. But let's open it right up. Like, what is actually a win? A win is holding yourself ultimately accountable and actually doing the things that you know you needed to do when you didn't feel like you wanted to do it. That's a fucking win. A
Yeah.
win is taking that step. You know, for you, a win is the creative juices when they start flowing when you're moving. It's like all of a sudden your mind's thinking of all these other new things that you could try. Or
Yeah.
it's not like all these other things you should be doing. It's you're looking at it going, okay, it's new strategies and new ideas and new things coming in, and that's fucking great. I mean, the coach that I've taken on, and I always got told from a social media perspective to be posting every single day. You know, use your stories on Facebook, use your stories on Instagram, because that's where the engagement is. And at the end of the day, it's like it's constantly changing, so you've got to constantly just keep showing up. Now, what a lot of us try to do is, and I'm also one, I can put myself in this category, is that we're always trying to find the good things to share, and we're not sharing all of who we are and all the shit that we're going through.
Right.
So
Right.
the interesting thing is that we only find the good things, and if there's only one or two good things, then we'll share that. But here's the thing: my coach turned around to me and said, "I want you to be posting it 3 or 4 times a day." I'm like, "Holy fuck, 3 or 4 times a day!" But this is only on the Facebook platform, because when you kind of look at how you can utilize the Facebook platform from a business perspective, it's actually really, really smart. Um, Instagram's engagement, I mean, that's slowly dying out. You've got TikTok that's coming in. You've got Snapchat. You've got all these new fucking social media platforms that we can jump on. We've got LinkedIn, which is again another corporate, different, wholly, completely different platform in itself. So I look at it and go, okay, you want me to post 4 times a day, but here's the thing. He said, I want you to post 4 times a day, but this is what I want you to post. I'm like, okay, listen to it. Wants us to do a live, like a long video. He wants us to do a long video. He wants us to do a reel. He wants us to do a blog, and he wants us to do a question. I'm like, okay, cool. What's the topic of the day? Focus on that.
Wow.
Let's simplify it. So I'm like, okay, fuck, all right. That makes a lot of sense. So now instead of me trying to find 4 different fucking topics, it's like, where's your social media planner? What is your topic of the day? Just focus on that topic for all those 4 things. And the really cool thing is that if we're doing a reel or if we're doing a live, what's my transcript? So there's a lot of fucking platforms now that you can do, and you can get your transcript of a reel that you've done, especially the new ones now where you can put the captions on it. You can actually ask, you can tap a little fucking button, give me the transcript of that reel, and it everything you've said. You know, that's all
Yep.
AI generated bullshit. So yeah, everything you said, all right, there's my blog post. It's like, wow, okay. This is actually a lot simpler than I think. So again, we overcomplicate. We get too stuck in where we're at right now instead of, again, that creativeness of, all right, well, what do you know you need to do? Just focus on one fucking topic, just that one topic. And if you can focus on that, then turn that one topic into a reel, into a live, into a blog, into a question. There's your day. There's your day one. So I fucking love that strategy moving forward. I mean, so, but again, this is from a business perspective. If you're wanting, more social media exposure from a business point of view. But again, the purpose of today is that when you're stuck and when you feel like nothing is going right, what do you do? Both John and I have said just that next thing. Just that next thing is all you need to do. And in John's case, move. And I know that when you do start training and you're moving and you're exercising, or again just moving, the dopamine that you're going to get, the serotonin release, the endorphin release in just moving, that creates creativity. That also puts you into a mindset of can do. So all I say is that, yeah, probably go right back to, if you don't need to move and you've backed yourself up 100% and you've listened to the inner voice and you've blocked out that distraction and that noise around you, and you've taken that first step, congratulations. But if you're struggling
Yes.
to take that first step, move, move your body first. Because then all of a sudden, when you start to move your body, you'll have that little bit of inner belief that you can do things because you're moving your body and you're feeling good. So that's kind of where I go.
Aaron, have you ever seen there's a couple videos that surface around lately that gentleman, and I think I might even have this video saved, but he says I want to say it's 90% of problems can be solved with a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Not solved from a place of they go away, but solved in this fact that you get a good night's sleep. You're not thinking about the million things that you have to get done or that problem. In the morning, you might be thinking about it, but you're now refreshed. You're now getting out of bed quicker. You're now moving your body, which again goes right back to what we talk about, right? It's
Mm,
not an instant win. It's
mm,
not an instant, you're not solving anything so quick, right? But it's the next thing that gets you to the next thing that might actually find that result that you want for that particular problem. So I think I honestly, man, can tell you that I didn't have a ton of strategy for this, but that was my big one is what do I do in these moments? Because man, it's chaos right now, dude.
yeah,
When you're building a brand and you're building a business, I think we've just decided, Aaron, that we're going to be in chaos for you know, as
I
long as
think
it takes to
so.
build our brand,
I
right?
think
I just
so.
think we've
Yeah,
invited chaos into our lives. And that's just, but ultimately, as a result of that, we've got to find ways to navigate it. Otherwise, again, man, it's so easy to let the doubt creep in. But you know when it creeps in? When you are stagnant, when you are standing still and you're not doing anything, that's when the scary part of your brain wakes up and goes, "Oh, Aaron's not doing anything. Hey, Aaron, we don't feel like doing nothing. Hey, why this isn't working for us anymore?" Dude, your brain goes ballistic when you're idle. Don't you think?
100%. What do we call it? The bitch voice, or
The
Andy
bitch
Frisella calls
voice.
it the bitch voice. And he says it rightly that we've got two voices. We've either got the bitch voice or the boss voice. Which one are you listening to today? Because I guarantee you, and fuck off, done it. You know, you listen to the bitch voice and you give in, and you're this. It fucking sucks. But if you listen to that bitch voice and you give in to the bitch voice, that next moment, what's it going to be? And I guarantee that next moment's either a guilt or a shame, or you're just
Yeah.
like, fuck you. Why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's where you know, I just hope for everyone that's listening, be kind to yourself. Don't allow yourself to get to a point where you're constantly in this guilt or shame. And you know what?
Yeah.
An emotion is an emotion. An emotion is only something that if you hold on to emotion, that's when you identify the emotion. But an emotion is an emotion. You can let it go. You can pass through it. You don't have to hold on to it. It is what it is in that moment. Again, whether it be anger, sadness, happiness, and I guarantee that there are some days that I don't follow through what I know I need to follow through. I'll just get fucking angry. I get angry. I get pissed with myself knowing that I haven't, held myself to the ultimate level of accountability that I know I should. And look, I can go back and use the excuse that I've been having an allergy all week and I've been feeling like sick. I can use that excuse. But you know what? I've actually nailed. I think I've done 4 days out of 7. This is day 7 today. So I've done 4 days out of 7. I've done okay. I've done okay. I haven't won the week because me winning the week is doing something every single day. That's every single day. So all I suggest and all I say to people is that we all go through it. We all go through those fucking times where we just doubt ourselves. We all go through those times that we do pay attention to the naysayers and the NPCs and the people that don't mean anything to us. We all pay attention to the support we're not getting from close family or friends. A lot of us fall into that trap, and then some of us give in. And some of us listen to those naysayers and close family and tell you it's not working and stop chasing our dreams. And we fall back into mediocrity and we fall back into average and normal. Just ask yourself the question, do you want to be like everyone else? Because I guarantee you, if you don't, then you're going to be on a completely different path and you're going to be doing things very, very different to everyone else. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with the loneliness because there is a lonely period in there. So you have to be okay with that. And I think the other thing as well is that we always give up, just 2 feet from gold. We always give up just when we're one fucking click away or one reel away or, that one phone call away. We're always just so fucking close. So the motto that you need to, and this is a must, go through life, do not quit.
And there it is. I mean, that honestly, Aaron, I will say, man, is that you saying do not quit, it just sounds so like people should just understand that. you don't understand it is because of these type of weeks. You've been doing it, you've been going through the motions, you get zero results, you keep going, and then you have these rough weeks. You keep going, and these rough weeks continue. And pretty soon your little inner bitch voice goes, man, I really wish that we could just get a win. This sucks. I don't like this anymore. Maybe we should just not do this. Maybe we should take a break. Or maybe we this, maybe we that. So I don't really want to echo off of what you said, Aaron, but I will agree with you, man, in the fact that quitting is not an option. And I think it's important to just understand that you must do something to hush that voice every single day, whether you feel like it or not, whether you want to or not. And to your point, this is the other thing I was going to say, and I just thought of this. Most of us think it has to be perfect.
Mm.
Perfect example is a gym routine. I went there, I wasn't in the right headspace, not feeling it. Went there and I half-assed it. I didn't get a good workout. So you could be mad about that, but even a half-assed workout is still a workout. Now, am I recommending you do that every time? No. But Aaron, and here's one more example for you, bro. The gym that I go to closes on holidays.
Yeah.
So that means on those days, guess what? I could sit at home and go, no,
Yeah.
I'm not going. I'm not going to do anything because the gym is closed. Instead of going, I need to move my body in another way. But before, Aaron, my brain was very much tailored on if I don't do a barbell exercise, that's not a workout. So I would shut it off. Now I go, well, I could take a walk around my neighborhood. I know a path that takes me miles. And like it's just a big loop around my neighborhood. I could go hit that up. And then behind that, I can actually stop and do and knock out some squats, knock
Yeah.
out some push-ups right there on the cement. No big deal, right? And that's where we have to understand that those kind of things can still happen. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you still have to do something. So that's what I'll tie a bow on for us on this episode, brother.
And there it is. There it is. Another episode of Impact and Chill. Now, I've something came to me that I know I have to mention, and this John's going to get a bit of a he's going to be at a surprise, but we got a Focus and Chill Facebook group that I would like to start, and John's starting. So
What?
so here we go, here we go. So Facebook and Chill, so like it's an Impact and Chill on Facebook. It's literally a space. And it may be Impact and Chill, it may be called something else. But what I would like is just a community, just a space for us all to come to, to all hype each other up, to come and know that there's a safe space for everyone to support each other and just to be seen. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people kind of, when they get lost, is that they don't feel seen. So, hey, Facebook group is coming. It's going to be a public group. It's not going to be a private group. This is a safe space for us all to engage in. Yes, there will be some things in there on mine and John's coaching program, just to give you a heads up, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is for us all to get together, to hype each other up, to constantly continue to motivate each other on whatever that thing is that you're either doing or wanting to stop or wanting to start. So, yeah, hope you can all join us.
Hey, me too, bro. I'm pretty pumped right now. I'm excited you
All right,
dropped that in here. So more to come. I love it. Excited.
done. Guys, thank you for joining. Please, we've got the question box on Spotify, Apple. We've also got YouTube. Uh, drop us a question, drop us a comment, let us know what how we're going. Give us some feedback. The biggest thing as well is I really want that engagement from you guys. If you have any questions, hey, we're going to bring them on here and we're going to be talking about that. So yeah, if there's anything that you're struggling with, let's open up that conversation, and let's solve the world's problems together, because I think that's
Let's do it.
it's another thing.
Let's do it. One person at a time. Let's
Yeah, bro.
go.
Yeah, bro. Thank you, everyone. Love you all. Have yourself an amazing day. Thanks.
Till next time. See ya.